from their side, so they're able to, like to prepare all the kind of context, let's call it, like in modern way, right? So you have like agents, and you need a context, right? So people are building like I don't know, complex ontology agents, other stuff, which is able to scan multiple repositories, come up with different things, and then on top of it, you're building agents. It's like if you address agents from the data point of view, I think you have better results when you just start with vanilla agents, because eventually you will come to that problem, but later. Okay, you did agents, you tried it, it's not like doing all the time what you expect, right? So you need to bring a context, you need to bring some kind of vector DBs, RAG, all kind of skills, all kind of other stuff, information about the organization, and so on and so on. Yeah, and I think we see the success is coming from those places where people have better data.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at the document. There's no, like, I added the entry called agenda, but I don't see anything. No one added anything. Jeremy, do you know if there's anything that needs to be discussed, or
Yeah, I'm not sure that there is. I think it's worth calling out that I did a PR this week to remove SQLite.
Yeah,
and move to Postgres.
I can comment also on this, because I started to adopt the latest main. And before that, I had something in between with this torso libraries and other things. Yeah. And I failed to deploy it on OpenShift because of cache folders and other things, which that torso required. I think a result of all that experiment was, okay, we moved completely to the Postgres only, which just makes life for everyone easier. There is one issue with Postgres right now. There is a deployment there, but it's actually, everyone should understand this is not like production deployment. Okay, so it's for example, it's has a rolling deployment. Currently, it's not properly set, and if actually you deploy with a new version or restart, the rollout will create like two versions, and they will be conflicting on PVC. We need to fix it with a strategy like type recreate. And of course, for production, it's better to use like a Postgres operator, like Postgres 4K, other things. But that production story with Postgres 4K require one additional thing, which maybe you can explain more. We are using vector storage, right? So maybe, Jeremy, if you can elaborate on that. What is vector storage, why we need it, and what is the difference?
Yeah, I don't know an excessive amount about the vector storage stuff. All I know is that the memory implementation that we've been working with requires it.
Yeah, it's probably for doing embeddings, I think.
Yeah, so Jet might be able to touch on that a little bit more.
Yeah, we
so
use like the PG vector.
Okay, Jet
stuff,
is here.
Yeah, I just joined. We're using the PG vector stuff. Yeah, it was there like before like this PR though. It's nothing like special to Jeremy's PR.
Yeah,
we had that,
actually.
Demetra, we had that. I think when we did the initial, either the initial memory implementation we had, or even when we had tools. Remember the doc2vec tool?
Yeah, I know that.
When it was part of the K agent itself, I think it might have been like left over from. Well, not left over.
No, the point is that if, for example, if you are connecting to the Postgres and you have bring your own Postgres, like is it operator, or it's your external VM, or kind of managed Postgres from the cloud provider, you need to make sure it has these extensions. This is like not obvious, perhaps, but when you will connect and you have this vector enabled, you will have error in the controller, like I failed to load this extension, whatever. And yeah, so for this,
probably needs to be documented, right?
There is a flag.
Right now there's a flag. Yeah.
But
But
I've been working with
for me, it didn't work for me for some reason. I'm now retesting, but
Okay.
it's like I was not able to connect to the same database which I was using previously. So I'm now just rebuilding on the top of main to see if it will work with the latest code, or actually it means like we broke backward compatibility, and if someone is connecting to existing data with existing sessions, they need some migration script or something.
Okay. That's interesting. Because I hadn't touched the URL side of it, like, which I thought is all we really had for
Do you have empty one? Do you have empty one, or you have a real one?
In like which setup?
In your setup, do you have empty?
So my
URL?
local setup, I was using the SQLite database, and then
Right.
I switched to using the Postgres that gets deployed now as part of it.
Yeah. So the new behavior in main, it's like when you deploy, there is no any more option to choose. There is always Postgres, and if your URL is empty, it will actually start for you the deployment with Postgres, and it will use it as a default Postgres database. Okay, so as I mentioned, the problem with that, if you update a new version or something, the replicas, the rollout strategy needs to be fixed. Currently, it's like rolling and it's conflicting for this PVC. It needs to be like recreate or something like this, or maybe we will change it also to the stateful set to make it more like more stable.
Maybe Dimitro, if you if you log a bug, that might be the best.
Yeah, I just had a chat with Ethan earlier today about it. So yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, and then there is going to be a call out in the docs that this is for local dev and not for like production use. But obviously, with it being a part of the Helm chart,
I'm sorry, but as soon as it is in the Helm chart, someone will go.
I know
that way.
So maybe I'll talk to Eitan today and see if we can figure out a good solution for that.
If you make it stateful set, probably it will be a bit better, but let's see.
Yeah, but the big goal here was to not have a separate set of like migration files, because I'm working to remove Gorm and switch to like Golang migrate to have just better migrations.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I didn't want to have two sets of migration files and
do you use
files.
native Go migrate, or use like SQLX or something, like any tool on top of it?
I was gonna use SDLC and then Golang migrate.
Okay.
So we'll see. But considering we're cutting 080 ahead of KubeCon, I'm gonna have to talk to
because
Eitan.
we usually use for Postgres, if you use containerized, we use this Postgres for Kubernetes, Postgres for K operator. The thing is, for that operator, you would need to have a separate image if you want to use this vectors extensions. And there are some conventions which are not matching the default Postgres image with that. But I think we should have it already supported. I need to check with our Postgres team, because they mentioned they have already this PGVAC. Yeah, I'll be testing this next week, or maybe.
Okay, and there should because I didn't touch how that side of it was being handled, there should still have been a supported way to disable the memory stuff and not require the extension as a result. And I'm thinking that it could be due to I think there's two layers to it. I think there's the global, do you enable the vector support on the database in the Helm chart? But then I think that just prevents the migration that would break it immediately. I think there's a second layer on the agents, maybe agent CRD, where it actually says that this agent has memory enabled. and I'm not sure that they interact with each other.
Yeah, perhaps I forgot if I added a validation, but there should probably be a validation because like yeah, you're right. There are two layers for yeah, like if you just turn memory on the agent, it's not gonna break the migration, right? Because it doesn't actually run the SQL, but well, the agent just would not work because it's not there.
Okay, so that's something else to look into.
You guys had good experiences with the memory feature so far? Like I tried turning on this vector search-based memory when I had my own implementation, and I found it was like a little bit too random. Like I was just looking at, I don't know, can you see actually in the current implementation what memories are injected, or is that just like secret, like behind the scenes? Because when I was looking at what memories were injected by this, I was using this Redis version of it, and it was kind of like, it didn't feel like it was that focused. It was just like, oh, like here's this and that, and then
I think it's a good idea to have UI for memories where you can also like maybe delete some of them when something is wrong there, right?
yeah, or at least see what memories are injected so you can kind of debug the memory system if you can't already see it. Another thing I realized lately is that when there's compaction, there's no, like when the thread is being summarized, there's no way to view the summarized thread, so I can't like debug my summarizing prompt or understand like, oh, the reason it forgot was because of summarization. And that's separate from the memory thing. I was just curious, like if people have used memory and found it like, oh wow, I remembered that, or was it, or has any success stories there? Maybe not yet.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Anything else? I know a couple of us are getting ready for KubeCon next week. We have a workshop, right? Like a contributors festival. We'll be doing I guess a workshop, you can call it, tutorial, something like that. I also have a 6-minute, it's not a poster session. I don't know what it's called. It's like a 6-minute. Oh, sorry, Lynn.
I think it's a 5-minute lightning talk.
Yeah. It's basically like project updates, I guess, something like that. They have a name. I don't know what they call it exactly.
Yeah, it's part of the Project Lightning Talk, which doesn't require any colo tickets, which is super nice.
Oh yeah, Project Lightning Talk. Yeah. Basically, what's new and exciting in Kagent. So I have 5 minutes to tell what's new and exciting.
I guess I mean, if you guys aren't busy, I could ask you about some of these pull requests, see if I should close them or polish them, or some of the ones that I've opened. I have. See, I have to share my screen actually. I am. So one of them that I had that I quite like it locally. I don't know if this is something you guys want though or not. I have this in my sort of fork. Is this tweak to the way the responses are displayed? So when speaking of UI, like there's definitely some. I wouldn't mind like contributing some fixes to the UI just for my own benefit, like being able to close some of these sidebars.
So actually, if you're on a Mac, if you do Command B.
B. I'm not on a Mac, but
I don't know that. Yeah, there's like a command or option or.
What are you trying to do?
I was
just trying to close these two sidebars because I realized that
click in between on the separator, it will disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's also a keyboard shortcut. I know it's like Command B on a Mac. I don't know what is on, like I don't know if you're on Windows or Linux.
Anyway, so basically, currently, like in the main branch, this is how it would display a tool call result, right? It shows like this big JSON pre-formatted blob. So I added this view where it'll try and parse things as JSON and display it as a hierarchical view, and then it'll render the markdown inside of text blocks.
Nice.
So that was this full run. It's not perfect in the sense that it tends to assume things are marked down if they're a string. I don't know, but if you don't like it, like if it incorrectly detects markdown, you can always go back to the old view by clicking the code. Clicking the code button.
Yeah, other looks good to me. I'll take a look. I'll open.
That was this one here, 1360. I don't know if there's like I'm never quite sure like which of these. I'm not like super familiar with the code base, right? So I'm not familiar like which of these comments to address or which ones to not. So
Yeah.
obviously I got a whole bunch of conflicts now. But if you want me, just let me know if you want me to resolve the conflicts. I don't mind. It's just I just feel like I don't want to sit like repolishing and resolving conflicts.
Yeah, and then not. Yeah. No, let me know what is the AI UI stuff, and I'll take a look at today. I think
this
I
one
looked
here.
at this
Sorry,
one, right? I remember seeing this one. The story.
Yeah, and the storybook one. I mean, the storybook one would be a nice prerequisite for some of the other UI ones, because that once the storybook is set up, you can set up chromatic, which is free for open source, and then when someone like opens a pull request, it'll show you like what, like we just visually show you a preview of what they changed. So you don't have to like actually open it up.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I think I looked at it, but then if you just make sure fix why the thing is failing, and then I can.
Yeah. Yeah, it failed. It was a conflict. I just resolved it, so hopefully it's gonna pass now. I don't know, like.
Let me see what it was.
UI supposed to make build. What is it complaining?
Oh, zero usage. Some story. Fails to compile. Some type conversion thing.
Is that even related to? Oh, because it's a story. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to. Okay, I'll try and fix that one, and then.
Okay. Yeah. Just Ping me, and I have this one. These two open, and I'll take a look. And I didn't know that you can do that. It's chromatic.com, right? Is that the one?
Yeah, I can post a comment in here.
Yeah. So basically, once we have the storybook, we can set this up, and then if anyone makes like a PR UI changes, it'll actually show up automatically, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll do it. That's perfect. Yeah. I think that would be nice, because all the UI stuff, it's the easiest thing is to see it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll try and figure that one out. And then there was another question I had about, this was just like a small tweak that I ran into where the error, there was some issue here where this object is supposed to return, I don't know, just the way this thing was being used. It was supposed to, it's being, one caller of this is looking for a field called error, and like another one's looking for message. So I just added the error so that it shows an error. Otherwise, it would just show like nothing. I don't know if that's the right fix, but it was sort of a quick fix. On the Prometheus metrics I added, so previously there was only the open telemetry that was being exposed, but I don't know if you guys are interested in this Prometheus thing, but it was
this one
something
is,
nice.
let me open that one. What is it? 1412. I can tag our Prometheus or like metrics person, I guess. 1412. Enable metrics endpoint with Prometheus metrics.
It's generating the metrics from the open telemetry traces is pretty challenging, whereas just exposing these is quite simple. So let me know if you want that one. This one I've been going back and forth on a lot. It looks like someone actually opened another pull request for this same thing, which maybe it's better. This one, Supreme GG. I'm not sure who that is, if that's anyone on this.
Yeah, so we actually talked over this, and I think we wanted to do it like in a slightly different way. Yeah, I posted some like recording there, and so mainly on the UI side, I think we wanted to have it like not as a separate page, but as like a sub bubble. And the main reason is like we don't want the user to be able to chat with sub agents, because that wouldn't make sense. And on the implementation side, there were some changes. Yeah, I'm still tidying up this one, but yeah, that's like the main idea here. I did look at her PR, but I didn't leave a review yet because I was just working on this alternative one.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it, that's fine. Like I admit, I really struggled with getting this to work. It was driving me crazy. So
yeah, this was like not very straightforward to get it working. And then I wanted to add polling, which means you can actually see like the agent working, which I don't think was in your PR, and that was also like not very straightforward. But yeah, I think this is almost yeah, I'm very close to getting this.
I guess I have this other thing that I added where if you open a session, it will automatically connect to it and watch it. So that's why when I open it in a new page, it would like automatically update with the sub agent. Yeah, so I guess this one is superseded then. Should I just mark this as superseded by your thing if you're going to do that? I could just. That's fine with me. And oh yeah, and then there's this one, although I guess 810 is not here. Ask about this one. Maybe I'll catch him on Thursday because he had some questions about this too.
Claude had some questions. So.
Claude, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just I just did a hack here where I use the tool API to inject it into the context, so it doesn't actually add a tool. It just adds like a fake tool that doesn't add a tool. It just injects the session, I think.
And what is the use case here?
So I have this other thing that like sends reminders back to the agents to tell them things. So they need to be able to tell that other thing what their session ID is and what agent they are.
Like they need more specifics on the.
Like, because with the A2A API or the MCP API, it doesn't send anything to the other person to tell them like how to call you back or anything like that, like by default. I mean, A2A supports it in theory, but the K agent and ADK stuff does not have any facility for that. It would be nice if we could use the native system for that though, because I think with A2A, there's like a way to say like, oh, here's a webhook you can use to call me back and like send me messages and stuff like that. But Kagent, the way it does agent, like when it does agent to agent stuff, it just uses a tool.
Yeah.
And that tool just kind of like hides everything.
But it's like special tool, right? It's still like a remote agent.
Yeah.
Tool, right?
Yeah, it's a remote agent tool or whatever they call it in the back.
Yeah, but it completely abstracts the all A2A features away, right? It just turns it into like a call response only. There's no like dynamic updates. There's no callback, like no progress updates, nothing like that.
But you're saying
like, okay, yeah, go on.
No. I just wanted to say you're saying that A2A in its like the protocol definition has a way of doing the callbacks.
It might, like it has a system for. I don't understand this protocol super well, so I won't.
Okay.
I won't try and speak authoritatively.
There is
I did see that they have a way like
basically
you can do a call and like it can asynchronously call you back, but then I guess that would only work within like a single call, so maybe it doesn't quite have that. Because I don't think the agent would ever say like do a call and then just be like, okay, I don't care about the results of that. I'll just like move on. So maybe not quite. It is a little bit weird the way that I'm doing this because I'm just like injecting things back, sending things back to the same agent session, but then if it's like already working, I don't really know.
So
are you talking about this propagation of kind of child events to the parent? This is your case, like sub-agents to parent, or?
Well, like for example, I have like this thing where you can spin up a sandbox to like run some code in, right? So it fires up a container, the agent like sends it a bunch of commands, and then when it does that, the thing that spins up the sandbox can send the agent a reminder every 30 minutes to say, hey, the sandbox is running. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to like, keep working or do you want to shut it down, right? So it just sends it back to the same context.
Wait, but why? Okay, when you call this sandbox, we for example try to call something similar. When one agent calls like this sandbox, which is doing something there, right? We used MCP with the progress notifications. This is like more natural because in MCP you can actually say this progress with percentage back, and it's natively then displayed in all the MCP compatible clients. Like for example, from Cursor and from others, you will see this nice progress bar.
Is notifications, does it?
There were some pending SDK merges which we were waiting for. Need to check on the latest. With the Go runtime and everything, I think we will get it faster.
Yeah, but it doesn't help with my case because in my case it's that there's no tool running at the time. It's just like later on, like, hey, are you using this? Like, is the session finished?
Got it.
Hello.
Yeah, understand. But it's a very special corner case, I would say. It's like I understand what you're trying to do, but you want actually an agent to manage your sandboxes in a way, and maybe I don't know. Maybe you just need some timer. Yeah. By the way,
So
if-
sorry, there is. I just looked at the A2A. There is the push notification support where you can subscribe and say, hey, here's my here's when I want to receive notifications for this specific task or
Oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that'd be much cooler than what I did. If we could support that. I don't know how to do that, but
Yeah, so you can get notified by something else, right?
right.
yeah,
But
We'd have to like override the ADK agent tool or something to support that.
and they have now version 1, right? And there is some backward compatibility breaks that we are going to have, especially like serialization of messages. I think Ethan mentioned that, and some other stuff. And they added their like additional type on some of the events where you can have like updates of messages and updates of artifacts or something like this. So if you have like a, artifact as a part of protocol, then let's say you created a file or created something, it can be notified.
Yeah, the other thing that I use this for is that the agents, they register a plan with the with this system. And then if there's unfinished items in the plan, they'll get periodically reminded to like keep working. Because some agents, they tend to just like stop. They'll just be like, okay, that's enough. So they'll like call them back and be like, keep working.
Yeah, you need to supervise them.
But if this A2A feature with the asynchronous like push notifications or whatever was available, that would be much better.
I think this feature that I was doing demo with the cron jobs, it's also potentially could be used. You can have like a job which is, like a heartbeat job, like in some other agents implementations that, for example, you trigger it every half an hour, it checks the status. If there is something pending, it's just nagging the other agents. Like you can call it a scrum master or manager or supervisor or something.
But can it access the session ID of the other agent? Like how would it figure that out? Or how does it send messages?
The question is like, okay, if your session is still active or you already like you said it's idle, doing nothing, right? If it's doing nothing, then probably your session is also timeout. But yeah, we probably can see how it's. Maybe we can store somewhere the session which was used the last time and then just update it via that attribute. Or yeah, it's interesting. By the way, I was like when I was working on this temporal thing, and now I need to split all the things into multiple PRs and get it into the review. One of the things that I used, I added also the NATs, the pub sub component where you can have multiple things subscribed for different topics, and also have like a top level observation on different like kind of like a messaging. Question is like in my current understanding, the A2A, it's more like point to point, or it's more session oriented. Whether agents want to talk a little bit more sometimes, if you want, like exactly like your case, if you want to notify agent by maybe like a channel, right, and you want to integrate with some external messengers, other stuff, you at the end you will end up with more permutations of these communication channels. And I think the A2A itself, it might be not enough. I don't have like 100% final conclusion on this, but I think what I see now, it's we might need to have like additional queuing, messaging, pub sub engine, which will be in between A2A and other agents. So in the most simple scenarios, like the current case, right, each agent will send message, it will go to the NATs, it will queue the message, and will resend it like kind of this A2A format and everything to the other agents by their agent address. But if you have this thing in between, then it opens some other things. For example, you can do real-time observability. You can have a dashboard which is like moving real time with all the messages from all the agents. You can, present like all activities in one place, and also like do the notifications from some chat to all the agents, like fan out, and say everyone hello. Like you just said, like you can have like this get to work, get back to work heartbeats, which are sent across all the agents from one central place. But I'm still open to that discussion. If anyone has opinions about NATS and A2A, let's talk.
Can you give a link about NATS? How do you spell it? NATS?
NATS. Yeah, NATS. It's also CNCF project. Yeah.
Messaging. Oh, I see. Okay.
So why I came to it also as well, it's also the component which you can find in the Symposium implementation, the agent implementation for Kubernetes, the one which is copying the OpenClaw model. And they use it as well for the cross-agent communication, and also sending messages to channels.
Oh, so they use NATS instead of like
Yeah.
not A2A to.
Yeah, they use NATS for that.
But NATS, it's not opinionated, right? It's just a lower level.
The only problem with NATS, which was eventually in the past years, they had some issues with some license change, and they wanted to close something. But I think there was a fight with CNCF, and they pushed back, I guess. You remember last year?
Yeah, no, but I just mean it's not an opinionated like protocol or anything like that.
It's
right?
like
general purpose thing, not specific to AI or anything, right?
No, it's a general purpose messaging protocol. Yes, with pub/sub, with different those patterns and things like that. And
I think nats.io. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I mean,
it works pretty nice, nice with Go implementation. I mean, if we use it together with like temporal Go runtime and everything, it fits very well. This is what I was testing, and
so you were saying we would replace A2A with NATS, or
no. Like... we put it inside. So it will basically play a role of message queue. It's like RabbitMQ or Kafka or something,
Okay.
You will have all the A2A things like.
So basically on top of A2A, right? In a way.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it will allow us to extend it more with all the other things like messaging gateway for those WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever we discussed it another day. Yeah.
Oh, so, it would allow us to easily configure those things, because then.
So you don't need then basically.
So
you have like A2A layer, then you have the messaging layer, and then you can put on top of it like a gateway, and then you can build from it like all kind of routing and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it basically would be. But A2A should work through that, right? Without an issue necessarily, right?
Yeah, it works. Right? It's just a matter.
It's
just a matter how you wrap it. Internal, external, and it should also work properly with our agent gateway scenario, because we have one special case where we want all A2A traffic to go via agent gateway. So it should also support that. As soon as this is working fine, I think we are good. And
all right, I think we're getting.
And by the way, one more thing about the NATS. If you have NATS and you have the Jetstream, inside, it's called Jetstream. So you will like it.
Oh, I can see it.
And they have their basically they can measure the lag of messages, and they can you can use different mechanisms to autoscale. So, for example, if you use CADA autoscaler, You can look on the NATS metrics, like what's going on, like lag and
To
everything.
like scale based on the usage. And
Yes,
whatnot.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
this is like gives us like all kind of nice outcomes. So I think in total it's like a lot of good stuff can be linked to this, and then from ongoing. It would be really nice to have it before KubeCon, but we really like perhaps just the dev branch somewhere.
Yeah, would be. Yeah, if nothing else, once at KubeCon we can discuss a lot of these things in person as well. So
yeah, and by the way, I have a pull request for that code spaces that Lynn was asking for the demo.
Oh, okay.
I just updated. I'm creating a pull request.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Do you want other people to try it, Dimitro?
After we merge, we can try, definitely.
Okay, after you merge, can you list the instructions somewhere, maybe just on the slides, and then hopefully other people can quickly retry it. I would imagine it would just take a few minutes.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of clicking the button.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
maybe run the build commands.
There are some, there are some permissions related things depending on your account, depending on what kind of, if you are like a regular account or pro account. I don't know if everyone will have this option to click, right?
Mm.
But so let me see. Let me just do it again, maybe. Does everyone knows what we're talking about, or I can quickly share my screen just for?
Yeah, maybe quickly share your screen. We have like 3 minutes left, but it would be good. I don't remember what type of account you mentioned. We had that issue with Istio.
You see my screen, right? Yeah, it was like,
yes.
Yeah. So basically, the idea is here. If you click on code, you can have these code spaces, okay? And as soon as you have it active, you just you run it there, and it starts inside the browser. It starts like normal VS Code with everything pre-configured. Okay, so
Nice.
you have basically, it takes a while for the first run, but because I just run it and it was up, so I can do here like start another container, run the build. I'm sorry, why it's not working like this. Clear terminal, run active. Yeah, but you got the idea, okay? So, yeah, I think I just need to click plus, ignore pull request, okay? And then basically I can just do K9S, and you have here, the default Kubernetes and everything running, right? Make helm install. I mean, you need to have some environment variables, but yeah, I'll need to test it as well if everything will be fine. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll retest it that we have a full build working there inside, and then I'll share the pull request. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. This is so much nicer than I had used it before, so it's great.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, I think we're right on time. Why don't we just, I put in the notes, next week we're probably going to skip this meeting and we can reconvene in 2 weeks, hopefully to see some of you next week in person.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.